Welcome back after our short advert break. Guys, let us look at another question. So here, the second question, I said, the manager of the Superstars basketball team, Mr. Earl Watson, right, he's 41 years old, receives an annual taxable income, right, annual taxable income of 1,200,416 rand and 67 cents. Mr. Watson is married and has 2 children, right? They all belong to a medical aid scheme, okay? Then I indicated here that Mr. Watson claimed that he should be paying 25,000 rand towards tax per month. Here's the aim, right? Use the annual income tax table to determine whether Mr. Watson's claim is valid or not, right? And we have to show all our calculations. Okay, now let's tackle this one. Remember, I highlighted all the important information. First of all, he is 41 years old, earns a taxable annual income of 1,200,460 rand and 67 cents. He's married and they have 2 children, right? Mr. Watson also made a claim. He said that he should be paying 25,000 rand monthly towards tax, and that is what we need to establish now. Okay, now let's quickly look at what was given. So remember, normally we first have to calculate that annual taxable income, but in this case, it's already given to us. So therefore, we can move straight to our tax table to see in which tax bracket will I find the amount 1,200,416 rand and 67 cents. Right, so let's look. I'm sure you agree with me that it will be in this tax bracket. Right? So what is applicable here? It means that Mr. Watson will have to pay basic tax of 209,032 rand plus an additional 41%. Right? 41% of the amount above, of the taxable amount above 708,000 rand. Okay? So I'm just going to type that in so that you can follow with me. So how will I get that amount? Okay? So I'll take my 1,200,416 rand and 67 cents minus, right, the ceiling amount here in this tax bracket, which is 708,000, right, 310 rand. Are we clear on that? Now let's keep our basic tax here, 209,032 rand plus. Let's now first simplify the subtraction there. So it's 41% off. Now let's type that in. It's 1,200,416 rand and 67 cents minus your 708,310, the ceiling amount in the specific bracket. So that will give us 492,106 rand and 67 cents. Okay, now on this 492,106 rand and 67 cents, we have now to calculate the 41%. So please note, I'm showing all my calculation, all my steps, right? So I keep the basic tax. Now I'm going to simplify whatever I have there in brackets. So it's 41%, right, of the 492,106 rand and 67 cents. So if I simplify that, I'll get 201,763 rand and 73 cents. Remember, money we round off to 2 decimal places. So now what do I see on my screen? I have to add the 2 amounts together. All right, so 209,032 rand plus my 201,763 rand and 73 cents will give me my tax of 410,795 rand and 73 cents. Right. Now there are other things that's important here. Right. We said that he belongs to a medical aid scheme. Right. So that must be taken into account. But also remember, he qualifies. Remember, he's 41 years old. So therefore, Mr. Watson qualified for the primary rebate based on his age. We agree, because he's younger than 65 years. Okay, so a rebate, like I've indicated, is a discount. Okay, so thereafter now, I will go and I say minus my primary rebate, right? Primary rebate is 13,635 rand. All right. What else must be considered here? Right, I agree. We have to look at our medical aid tax credit as well. Remember, and I'll do it here, we said it's Mr. Watson. Okay, so we have Mr. Watson, he's the taxpayer. I'll just indicate it like that. We have his wife, indicated as W. And then we have child number 1 and child number 2. We agree on that, right? So we said that the taxpayer, which is Mr. Watson, will get 310 medical aid tax credit. His wife, which is now the first dependent, also 310 rand. And then each additional dependent, right, will get a discount of 265 rand. So that's child number 1 and child number 2. Are we all still fine? Remember, this is monthly values, as indicated there. Right, so let's quickly add that together. 310 plus 310 plus your 265 plus 265. So the monthly medical aid tax credit they will receive is 1,150 rand. But remember I said when we calculate tax, we work with annual values. So therefore, we take our 1,150 and we multiply that by 12. So that will give us medical aid tax credit of 13,800 rand. And remember that must be subtracted, right? So minus 13,800 rand. Now let me quickly indicate so that we can follow. This was for our primary rebate. And this is our medical aid tax credit, right? So let's just say medical aid tax credit, then we know. Okay, so now I've taken all the given information into account. Okay, so what needs to happen now? I take my 410,000, 795,073 cents, minus my primary rebate of 13,635 rand, minus my medical aid tax credit of 13,800. That will give me an amount of 383,360 rand and 73 cents. Now, what do I call this amount? This is your annual tax payable. This is what Mr. Watson should be paying per year. Right. But remember, he made a statement. He indicated that he should be paying 25,000 rand tax monthly. So therefore, we have to calculate then what is the actual tax amount to see whether it is 25,000 rand. So how will we do that? We take our annual tax payable, 383,360 rand and 73 cents, and we divide that by 12 months. You still with me? All right, so take that annual tax payable and I divide it with 12. So if I type in the amount of 383,360 rand and 73 cents divided by 12, I'll get an amount of 31,946 rand and 73 cents. So this now is the tax that Mr. Watson should be paying. Now remember, our question specifically stated that we should verify whether his statement is correct based on our calculations. Now, it's clear to see that he should pay much more than the 25,000 that he initially said he should pay. So therefore, his statement is, and I'll write it here, not valid. Guys, and it's so important that you conclude. So Mr. Watson's statement is not valid. He's not supposed to pay 25,000 rand per month towards tax, but an amount of 31,946 rand and 73 cents. Guys, let us quickly take a short advert break. After our break, we wrap up today's lesson. See you now.